The Minnesota State football team advanced all the way to this year's Division II NCAA semifinals after going 8-3 in regular season action. The Mavericks won a handful of thrillers along the way to produce a memorable season in program history.
MSU recovered onside kicks in consecutive weeks to start the first two rounds of the NCAA tournament. The one against Augustana allowed the team to drive down the field as Matthew Jaggard connected for a game-winning field goal. The next week, MSU grabbed a surprise onside kick with plenty of time to go in the fourth quarter. The Mavericks would eventually go on to top CSU Pueblo 26-23.
After that, the Mavericks headed home to Blakesley Stadium for a clash against NSIC rival Bemidji State in the NCAA quarterfinals. MSU trailed but battled back for a third straight week and held off the Beavers to secure a spot in the semifinals against Valdosta State.
MSU would lose that contest by a final of 35-21, but a fun season to cover. MSU finally beats Augustana after a few tough games against the Vikings, and this year's senior group really put MSU in a spot that not many thought this team would be at the end of the year.
That's right, Haley. When you look at this team and just kind of all the peaks and valleys of the season, it's kind of a crazy roller coaster ride. And then just looking back at the regular season, there's a couple of really close games. Those go the other way. The team's probably not even taking the field in the postseason.
A lot of good last-second plays that you could see this group really, came together and was led by a lot of senior leaders or just veterans on this team. And they started this season out 5-0 in regular season and then ended up losing that homecoming match to Sioux Falls, which was another close game. They had a couple shots at the end zone right there to get the walk-off victory. Didn't quite get it, but they still, like you said, qualified for the tournament and made it, even though they did lose to Minnesota Duluth that last regular season game.
And to lose against Augustana in the regular season at home at Blakesley Stadium, but to go on the road and beat the Vikings, that was really huge. And I mean, coming into this year, there were some question marks offensively, right? Because Sheen Butler-Lawson transferred out of the program after last year. He was the workhorse there in the backfield, but the running game still looked pretty good this season with a three-headed monster there in the backfield with Tony Anger, Sam Backer, and Christian Vassar.
All those people played huge roles, and we were reading their names in highlight scripts every week. It wasn't just one single person we were really talking about. They were spreading the love, spreading the ball. A lot of good athletes on that team that led him to that NCAA tournament.
And defensively, whenever the team needed to stop, they always seemed to get it or turn over. This is one year that with all those wins, I mean, might have taken a few years off my life just watching some of those endings, but it is definitely one that we will remember for time to come. We'll be right back after the break.